Final preparations are ongoing ahead of the launch of the European Union Enlargement Summit organized by Euronews. Leaders from the European Union and candidate countries will meet in Brussels on Tuesday to discuss the future of European integration. Each candidate country will arrive armed with its own agenda, political constraints and timetable, with all hoping to join the bloc. Meanwhile, the EU will want to leverage the current political momentum which favours enlargement. Ukraine and Moldova were the most recent countries to file applications to join the EU in 2022, following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. In the Western Balkans, Montenegro and Albania are the favourites to join the EU in the next few years. North Macedonia and Serbia, on the other hand, still have some way to go before they can join the European project. This summit will be an opportunity to highlight the benefits of EU membership status, such as access to new markets, strengthening the EU's international influence and consolidating democracy in Europe. A special feature of this meeting is that the summit will be broadcast live on Euronews, allowing all Europeans to follow the content of these discussions in real time.
Hundreds of riot police were deployed on Sunday as anti-government protesters clashed with loyalists of Serbia's President Aleksandar Vučić outside the Serbian parliament building in Belgrade. Tensions soared a day after tens of thousands of people joined a huge rally in the northern city of Novi Sad that marked the first anniversary of a train station disaster there which killed 16 people. The disaster triggered a youth-led movement demanding political changes, which has challenged Vučić's grip on power. The protesters gathered in support of the mother of one of the Novi Sad station tragedy victims, who said she was launching a hunger strike near a tent camp outside the parliament building, which has been occupied by Vučić's loyalists since March. She said she was seeking accountability for the death of her son and the 15 other victims. She has also demanded that all detained protesters be released and that Vučić schedule an early parliamentary election as sought by the university students at the forefront of the demonstrations. Both police and Vučić on Sunday accused anti-government protesters of attacking his supporters' camp. Protesters said most incidents were caused from within the camp.
In an exclusive interview with Euronews, former NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen urged NATO allies to increase weapons deliveries to help Ukrainians defend themselves against Russian attacks.
In my opinion, we should increase the delivery of weapons. For instance, the Germans should deliver long-range Taurus missiles. We should also help the Ukrainians defend themselves against Russian drones and missiles.
Rasmussen did, however, welcome the US decision to sanction two major Russian oil companies, describing it as a positive step forward.
It seems that gradually President Trump has lost patience with Putin. And I think the Americans gradually realize that if they are to force Putin into a peace negotiation, they will have to put much more pressure on Russia.
He called on the coalition of the willing to deploy a reassurance force to Ukraine as a security guarantee, even before reaching a peace agreement. He warned that, quote, the coalition of the willing should not be a coalition of the waiting.
Part of Torre dei Conti behind me collapsed at around 11:30 local time, followed by a second collapse shortly after, just around 1 p.m. We are on Via dei Fori Imperiali, next to the Colosseum, right in the heart of Rome's historic center. We understand that the medieval tower had been abandoned for years and was undergoing renovation works. 3 workers who were atop of the tower right after the first collapse were rescued by Rome's fire brigade teams, while a fourth worker has been taken to hospital in serious conditions. Rome's mayor Gualtieri and Italy's culture minister both attended the scene. The local police sealed off the area, as you can see, warning both tourists, passers-by and media crews to take their distance from the area amid fears of a further collapse. Prosecutors have opened an inquiry into what happened to establish the cause of the incident and who's to be held responsible. Giorgio Orlandi for Euronews in Rome.
Ich habe mir die Epochen, die Jahrhunderte, aber auch einzelne Objekte und Exponate angeschaut und geguckt, welche Rolle Düfte in den jeweiligen Zeiten hatten, was vielleicht gerade neu entwickelt worden ist, was erfunden wurde, was gesellschaftlich eine Rolle spielte, und habe das versucht mit unterschiedlichen Technologien und auch Erfahrungsmöglichkeiten hier zu präsentieren. Düfte sind rein emotional. Das ist der einzige Sinnesreiz, der nicht rational gefiltert werden kann. Der geht also direkt ins limbische System, ist immer unmittelbar so, dass Düfte eben Emotionen kriegen.
I've heard so much about you, Mrs. Tesman.
Hedger is fine. What have you heard?
That before you were domesticated, you were like fire.
But could you tell us the events of the evening up to the incident?
Hedda?
Yes?
This is what you wanted, isn't it? Money and the house.
Eileen. Why did you come here? To make sure I didn't love you.
In the heart of the Karakalpak Desert, in northwestern Uzbekistan, far from the world's art capitals, stands a museum that changed the way we think about where culture can live. This is the Savitsky Museum, known to many as the Louvre in the desert. Inside, every wall tells a story. From the bold lines of Russian avant-garde painters to the silent fragments of ancient Khwarezm. Here, forgotten art found its home.
Наш музей был основан в 1966 году московским художником Игорем Витальевичем Савицким. Игорь Витальевич впервые приезжает к нам в Каракалпакстан в 50-е годы в составе знаменитой Хорезмской археолого-этнографической экспедиции в качестве постоянного художника. Наш музей занимает второе место в мире собранием коллекции русского авангарда после знаменитого русского музея в Санкт-Петербурге. И коллекция нашего музея насчитывает более 100 тысяч экспонатов. И более 80 тысяч из них собирает Игорь Витальевич Савицкий за всю свою жизнь, которую прожил у нас в Каракалпакстане.
Savitsky, a Moscow artist turned collector, fell in love with this remote region. What began as a modest effort to preserve local crafts became one of the world's greatest collections of suppressed and forgotten art. Among the museum's treasures are sculptural works carved from wood and stone, traditional jewelry, and handcrafted household items that reveal the artistry of everyday life in Karakalpakstan. Nearby, vivid paintings capture local traditions and faces, scenes of people, nature, and color that echo through time. Together, these collections form a living dialogue between heritage and creativity. Savitsky's vision built the bridge between the past and modern identity.
Конечно, ежегодно нас посещают много посетителей, как местные, так и зарубежные туристы. Интерес растет каждым днем, каждым годом, конечно. Если в прошлом году нас посетили свыше 60 тысяч человек, то уже за 9 месяцев посетили наш музей свыше 11 тысяч иностранных туристов и более 48 тысяч наших местных туристов.
The Savitsky Museum is more than a gallery. It's a story of defiance, passion, and rediscovery, proof that even in the desert, art can bloom and endure.